Would you buy a Toyota Camry with 250,000 miles? 267,000 miles to be exact. Let's find out. Hello everybody, it's Mike, the Baldadonis. Boom! Hey guys, on tonight's episode, it's been a couple of weeks almost since I last had a video. I've been a little bit busy. It's summertime, it's freaking hot as hell. And, after I sold my 2001 BMW 330 convertible to my buddy, I was on the old Craigslist. Day and night, because I'm obsessed with cars. I have a problem. I need AA. Automotive Anonymous. And living in Boston, I would be the Boston president chapter or the chapter president. Hands down. All right, maybe not hands down, but I would definitely be in the club. Yeah, I get a problem. So anyways, over the past few weeks, ever since I sold my BMW, I couldn't find another clean one like it. So I went on looking around, something different. What else can I get? So I used to own Jeeps. I was like, you know what? Let's go look at a Jeep Wrangler. I went to look at one. It was okay. I wasn't feeling it. It was making some noises that I was not expecting from the Jeep. So I discarded that one, and I made several phone calls, emails, and texting to these people, and actually only one person got back to me, and we did not work out a deal. So a Jeep Wrangler was not in the cards. So I was like, what else can I buy? I like oddball cars. I was like, what can I buy? So I seen a 1990 Volvo 240 station wagon with a manual. It was a stick shift. So I texted him, talked to him for a few seconds. We had a bad connection. He was supposed to call me in the morning, but he did tell me that the AC was not working. I was not interested in a non-air conditioned car, but if I can get the car for a certain price, very little price where it didn't hurt my pocket and I can do some cool videos and maybe sell it, so be it. He never called me, so I took that as a sign. Now, I moved on from that. I was like, what else can I get? Now, I'm driving all over Massachusetts and New Hampshire looking at vehicles. Just wasting my time, wasting my gas. I had to put oil in my BMW because I've been driving so much. Now, for those that own a 2014 and newer BMWs, checking the engine oil is not what it used to be. You don't take out a dipstick anymore. It is in the computer. So you have to let the computer run, check out for your oil, and then you just add it in. So that was easy breezy. And I filled up my oil in the BMW, and I continue on looking around for cars. So I have family and friends that always ask me to look for cars for them. And that's why I love doing this as a hobby, because someone's always gonna buy a vehicle for me. And if not, I just put it on the old Craigslist and hopefully somebody else will buy it. But in my search, I'm sitting in traffic a lot. I get maniacs driving in and out of traffic, accidents. So I'm always in traffic in the Boston area. if you live in a heavy populated area, how much traffic will drive you bananas, especially with an accident. It's just annoying. It's summertime. It just sucks. Anyways, like I said, I went on looking for Toyotas. If you live in New England or any place that has snow, you got to look out for certain Toyotas. I had a friend that was interested in a small pickup truck. Didn't matter what it was, as long as that I looked at it and I gave it the okay. So I went and looked at a 2001 Toyota Tacoma single cab, or just a short bed, whatever you want to call it, just a small pickup truck, and the frame was replaced by Toyota. I was like, all right, cool. I drove all the way up to Bedford, New Hampshire in traffic, sat there talking to the original owner, and he thought he was sitting on a pot of gold. He was asking $5,000 for the vehicle. It had 149,000 miles, and for $3,000, I would have bought it and sold it to my friend and made like $500. But here's the problem. Toyota frames with the pickups in New England that I know of. I don't know anywhere else because I don't live there. I just know living in New England, if they replace a frame, most likely everything else around it is still rotted. So I opened up the hood. All the hose clamps were about to disintegrate. That's how much rust was all over the engine bay. I'm pointing everything out to him. I'm like, you see that? You see that? I look underneath the frame. Even though the frame is brand new, it's now starting to rot out. All right, so you got to keep your eyes out on those recalled frames, if they were replaced or not. So I just want to stay away from any Toyota pickup trucks. I had enough of looking at those. So, you know, looking at all these cars, getting frustrated. I even went down to Lexington, Mass. And it wasn't that bad of a ride, but again, the owner took great pictures of the parts that wasn't damaged on the vehicle. The car was side swiped, the rims were all bent. Yeah, you know, the 3 or 4 good pictures was the only pictures that he was able to take of this vehicle. And, you know, again, I have to buy a car at a certain price. I would have detailed it, did my thing, and try to move it along, but that didn't happen. So, after being frustrated, back on Craigslist, and I seen this high-mile Camry. And I was like, you know what? Let me give it a shot. The ad was... What the fuck? The ad was great. It was an adult owner, bought the car with like 40-something thousand miles on it. Now it has 267,000 miles. And it was just used for commuting, obviously. But he lived in middle New Hampshire. So, Hannica, New Hampshire. Have you heard of it? Me either. So I go on the old Google. I see it. It's straight up Route 93, then 89. So his commute every day was about 125 to 140 miles per day. He didn't see any bumpy roads except for his own street. He lived on a gravel road. But Hannica was beautiful. Taking the ride up there, I made up there with no traffic. Billy was a great guy to talk to. He had mechanical knowledge, so he was able to fix most of the stuff that the car needed. But he also took good care of it with transmission flushes, you know, the radiator flushes, the oil changes. So he had his own little diary right here. And yeah, he had everything written down in his little diary. Now, buying a car these days, folks, just because someone might not have all the paperwork, all the receipts, if they can tell you where the vehicle was serviced, it's very easily to give them a call because it would be on record, most likely, so you can get the information that you need. So I did that with the information that he did, and it all checked out. So Billy, thank you very much. I appreciate you dealing with me. So going to Hannica it was a nice day, but it was a 6-hour process. Sorry, the cell phone is texting me. Okay, so I had to go to Hanukkah twice. Beautiful little town. Beautiful, breathtaking, actually. But also, as I was driving through, I'm like, wow, it has an old mill. This could be a really creepy at night, like horror movie type of thing. Again, Billy, thank you very much. It was a beautiful little town. Your car runs and drives fantastic. I got a 2011 Camry LE, which is basically a step up above base with the upgraded wheels. It has a great drive. Well, the only options that it really has is ice cold AC, power windows, power driver's seat, good stereo system, and that's all you need from a Camry, right? I haven't owned a Camry in a bunch of years, but this one is huge. Like the size of a Lexus ES 350. And I had one of those as well. So I know, I can judge the size of that because of the Lexus. But I tell you what, 267,000 miles, the thing runs fantastic. It handles well. When I took it for a test drive, I noticed there was some bumping, something loose in the front suspension. So when I got it home, I took it over to my friends at IGA. It was a broken sway bar bushing bolt that bolts right to the frame. So it was giving the car a little rattle. How's it go again, Mike? So the car runs, drives fantastic. So should you buy a Toyota that has high miles? I don't know. I went on YouTube and I seen a slew of videos with 250,000, 300,000, 350,000, 400,000, 800,000 miles, 1.1 million miles on their Toyotas. Anything that's well taken care of, you will get a lot of miles out of. Toyota just happens to be one of the better brands to do so. You can't knock them. You can't knock them, guys. But a Toyota, they build their cars to last. You can't knock them for doing that. All right, so I put the car out on the lawn, and it's been about maybe 10 days since I bought the car, and I have somebody interested already. And hopefully, by the time you see this video, I should be able to put in something saying that if it was sold or not. Two things that I don't like about the Camry. One, it's got the velour cloth type seats that you can't even move, you know what I mean? Your clothes stick right on it. There's it's just uncomfortable. It's a comfortable seat, but trying to get in and out of the car, it just feels weird with that type of, that weird fabric. That I did not like. The other thing was the center console. That's all you hear as you're driving. How's it go again, Mike? So that should be able to be tightened up, but I haven't. So it's still gonna do ding-a-ling, ding-a-ling. So should you buy a high mileage Camry or Toyota that's well taken care of? Absolutely. Just have a mechanic check it out, or if you know what you're doing, check it out yourself. Take it for a test drive. I have no complaints. Billy, thank you very much. I appreciate your time with me. Again, thank you. So I've been so obsessed with looking for cars that I found another one. It just happened to be on Craigslist for one day, and I emailed the person right away. And that's for the next upcoming videos. I bought a BMW E30, folks, E30 convertible. All right, guys, I'm a little exhausted. The heat's killing me. I can't take it. But until the next video, everybody, Baldadonis out.